Hello, I'm Grace. Concerns are mounting that registered rental housing providers will face a massive surge in tax burdens following the government's proposed tax reform plan. According to recently announced policy directions, various tax exemptions previously granted to rental business operators are at risk of being significantly reduced or entirely abolished. Reported cases illustrate the severity of the issue. For instance, the capital gains tax for a rental provider in the Jamsil district has skyrocketed from 360 million Korean won, approximately 265,000 USD, to 780 million won. This specific figure, showing a more than twofold increase in tax liability, is sending significant shockwaves through the market. At the heart of this controversy is the sense of reverse discrimination felt by those who have maintained their businesses while adhering to strict regulations, such as limits on rent increases. Despite faithfully fulfilling their obligation to limit rent hikes to within 5%, these operators now face a reality where their tax benefits are being stripped away. For providers who relied on existing policies and fulfilled their duties, this reform has evolved beyond a simple tax hike into a fundamental issue of policy credibility. This increase in the tax burden is likely to go beyond individual asset concerns and lead to market distortions, specifically a reduction in the supply of rental housing. A decrease in supply could eliminate affordable housing options in the market, ultimately driving up both monthly rent and property sale prices simultaneously. Political perspectives remain sharply divided, with the ruling party maintaining that these are inevitable measures to stabilize the real estate market. In contrast, the opposition party is strongly criticizing the plan, arguing that it may instead trigger side effects that fuel rising housing prices. Dissatisfaction is also erupting among single-home owners, who argue that their actual profits are being erased as gains in asset value are offset by increased taxes. Ultimately, the outcome depends on how the government reconciles the gap between its intended market stabilization effects and the actual market reaction of shrinking supply. As the disconnect between policy justification and market reality widens, there is a growing risk that the original goal of housing stability will remain out of reach. It is now a critical moment that requires close monitoring of how these tax reforms will trigger chain reactions in the supply and demand structure of the rental market. I'm Grace, thanks for watching.